in Hebrews chapter 12, starting in verse 5. And have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? It says, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when he rebukes you. That's easier to read than it is to do. Do not lose heart when the Lord rebukes you. When he deals with you for rebelling against him, to not lose heart, but to realize he's doing it because he loves you so much, he doesn't just let you keep doing it. He's like, no, you don't get to go to Tarshish, Jonah. I'm going to throw this thing all into chaos so that I can grab you. Because the Lord disciplines the one he loves. He chastens everyone who he accepts as his son. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as his children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? It's a new perspective. It's a new way to think about some of the things you might be going through. It's not to say, again, that there's not evil that comes against us sometimes. Sometimes what's happening is we're being disciplined by God because he loves us so much, he won't allow us to continue on the path that leads towards death. So he grabs us in that moment, gets our attention, however is necessary. Even if it's seaweed around our head. That's real. My prayer often is, God, help me to deal with the things I don't want to deal with. The things I don't want to expose, or the things I don't want to confront, or the things that I don't, in myself, want to pretend like they're not there. God, do whatever it takes, because I'd rather be clean and clear before you, open and in light about everything. Walking out a righteous life, regardless of what you have to do to deal with the things I don't want to deal with. And then instantly my prayer is, but God, help me to do that in my own strength and courage that you give me instead of having to be this. But even if you have to do that, God, do whatever has to be done so that I would walk out your purposes and your plan, so that I would glorify you instead of running from you in every area of my life. It's a scary prayer. Because if I won't deal with those things and I ask him to deal with them, he'll deal with them. But I have a proper perspective that says if he deals with them, not if, when he deals with them, however he decides to deal with them, is righteous, and it's because he loves me. He loves me enough to deal with the things that would try to ruin me. If you are not disciplined, and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate, not true sons and daughters at all. Moreover, we have all had human fathers who disciplined us, and we respected them for it. I don't know your family background. You might not feel like this is a true statement because discipline wasn't actually proper loving discipline in your life. I understand that. It might have been authoritative. It might have been wrong in all kinds of ways or not present at all. But what he's saying is a father should lovingly discipline, and we should respect that they would do it. How much more should we submit to the Father of spirits and live? They disciplined us for a little while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good. Our good? You know that. Because you know how it is if you have kids or you've been around kids or just people you care about. That I don't want to have to go to these places. I don't want to have to keep upping the level of discipline when you don't deal with things. But I'll do it because I love you too much to allow you to go that way, to run out into the street or to touch the hot thing or to act wrong towards other people. It matters enough that we'll deal with it. And it's actually for your good. I don't want you to get burned. I don't want you to get hit by a car. I don't want you not to be able to live in society. And so I care enough to deal with you. Discipline us for our good in order that we may share in his holiness. That discipline would work those things out of us. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Trained by it? That means it's a regular process of discipline? I'm telling you, it's great when you can learn it the first time. I've told my kids the same thing 1,000 times. And I can't get big-headed because my parents had to tell me things 1,000 times. Anytime you feel like that about your kids, if you got kids, just remember you were that kid. They got it from somebody. And it would be great if I could discipline once in an area, and then after one time of discipline, they would just get it and stay on that path forever. I don't want to have to do it again, but I will. God lovingly disciplines his children.